So yeah, good evening. I'm back to talk about big issues. You know, the constitution is a big issue. I don't know why this one is looking like this, but well, anyway, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you can be able to hear me and get my message. So, yeah, I'm here. Like I said, now I'm trying to be as committed as I can be to becoming live on Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. Of course, you know, if there is an issue that arises that come about somewhere, you know, I'll be able to, to do a live chat. But yeah, tonight I want us to look at, the big issue in our country, the issue of the constitution. UPND is seemingly resolved to change the constitution, regardless of what other stakeholders are saying. Arnold is saying volume. You can't hear me? Arnold is saying volume. You can't hear me? Can somebody confirm? Are you able to hear me, or you have issues? Somebody saying volume. How are you, and when are you coming back? I'll talk about that. There you have power. The whole day, Mr. President. Ndala kuno power issues of power cut. It's unheard of. It's unheard of around here. I mean, it will go in the news. It will go in the news. Power cut. It will go in the news. I remember this place since I came here. We didn't have power for just about 2 hours, but that we had a notice. We had a notice like 1 month before. Actually, it was more than a month. It was like 1.5 months before that day came about, and it was a maintenance. They were doing some maintenance. Actually, they were checking the fire system and whatever, just general maintenance. And we had a notice, sent by text message and email that on such a day there will be power cut. So a month before, again they did. I received 3 notifications before the actual day, 3 times. And on the actual day, again, I received a text message. Anyway, you can also understand, because I mean, here there are so many these tall buildings. So these tall buildings, they use lifts. So if power is cut, it is a big inconvenience. It's a big inconvenience. But anyway, even on that day, that's 2 hours, there were generators. So I didn't even feel it. That there was the power cut. Anyway, so before, that is the goodness of being around here, which brings me to my first item. I am here, and to be honest, I have a roof over my head, and I have really my life generally out. I mean, as you may look at it, it is okay. It is okay from the material point of view. It is okay from the material point of view, because I'm being looked after. I am somebody that has run away from his country because his life is threatened because of the political situation in our country. So I am here, I'm being looked after, and really I don't struggle with this, that. I don't struggle with that. But I don't make money. I don't hold money. I don't make money. I don't make money. So now mamona na poster nde swimming nde chitashani tekot nishning kwa tempia tekot nishning kwa tempia tekot nishning kwa tempia. I know a lot of people you know back home, when they hear that umuntu aliya kufyalo, they always anticipate that this person has money. They always anticipate that this person has money. But from what I've observed now, life even out here is not easy. Even for those that have just come here to work, those who are really in diaspora and they are working, life is not easy. Life is not easy. Life has become quite expensive, even out here. So gone are those days when people, you know, will be earning so much money and sending back to Africa. Yeah, people are still doing it. You know, people are still doing it. I mean, which we should appreciate those who are still doing it. But some of them are doing it really out of, you know, trying to keep up appearance. But the situation is not good. The situation is not good. And I am very sure that the money being sent to Africa by those who are in diaspora is not much. I'm very, very sure, because things have just changed. Things have changed. So you should even bear with those that are in diaspora. Don't think that they are just being selfish. Things have become a little bit expensive. It's difficult to save money around here. I meet a lot of people, different people, you know, who have got actually better jobs, good jobs. It's difficult for them. But some of these people, I mean, they are not even doing so many, you know, high profile jobs, high earning jobs. So for them, just for them to survive, and then to spare something to send to Africa, it's a challenge. But anyway, that is not my topic. For me, I'm speaking for myself. I can only speak for myself. I'm not earning money. So now papata, because I'm talking like this, because I've got so many messages. I'm receiving so many messages as regard to, you know, I am not making any money here. I am not making any money here. And truth be told, I am so much under pressure as regard to, you know, financial issues. Because much as I am okay around here and everything, you know, I've got a family, I've got children. Some of whom are in school. I've got, you know, my wife that is back there, and I need to sustain them. It is killing me. It really kills me. It really stresses me. It distresses me. Ngana sometimes I feel so bad. I mean, if you like last week, I felt so bad to an extent that I felt like, you know what, maybe I would rather be, because sometimes also you have a little pressure from people who don't seem to understand. Some of them, like my family, some of my relatives, my relatives, they still want me to continue sustaining them the way I used to do. They still want me to be sending money every month, you know. I even had my brother, you know, last week, who shouted at me. I mean, but now, where do you think I'm going to run to? Who is going to help me if you don't help me? You see? And you know, these things, people just, you know, they just talk, but they don't know how it affects you. You get affected. I got so affected. I felt so bad. I felt like, you know, I would rather just go back so that, I mean, I avoid all these problems. I'm telling you, I felt like, you know, just giving up and come back, go home and be in prison. Because in prison, because kaidingoli kuna abantu bamwe bati awe ale kwanisha kuchakwanisha shani tunamuona pa TikTok, tunamuona pa social media, whatever. But you don't know what I'm going through. I mean, some of you that have been looking after, I've been looking after you. You didn't ask me. I was just doing it. I was just doing it. I share. I'm a generous person. When I have, I share. So when I don't share, it means I don't have. Na papata. Mwalanjipaya. No nama tontonkanyo. Mwalanjipa nama tontonkanyo. So na papata mbereleni koluse. Please spare me with this pressure of, you know, this, that. Fire mpuisha maka. Fire mpuisha maka. Fire mpuisha maka. Fire mpuisha maka. I felt like, you know, to akwere vendeke. Why can I film chifungo vile? Kaina lishwa. Ichindole na muzambia chifungo. Chama why can I film chifungo? Kuma tikudi tondolo. Nangulele ya binzi vile. Not, you know, every day. Haona papa. Mbeleleni koluse. Nishaisa kuno mkuomba. Nishaisa kuno mkuomba. Elo, ama funde na kaliramu munu. Tetimbombe ini. Tetimbombe. So, na papa spare me the pressure of, you know, hey, I know, even among my relatives, even my mother, I know they need my help. But what can I do? I don't have. So please, na papa, spare me. It's really, sometimes it's getting on me. Last week, it really so much got on me because I had so much pressure, whatever, I was sick, and then I kept on receiving these messages, so now papa, please bear with me. Even my children are actually struggling. I'm not able to send the money no, it's not easy. So now papa, I'm just being difficult, I'm being selfish, I think God has given me that heart to share. God has given me that heart to share. When I have, I share. But when you see, I'm not sharing it because I don't have. So I just wanted to talk about that issue. But now, moving on to those who are getting paid. To those who are getting paid, the ZNS, Bantwan Kanyawa Solochi is issuing directives on how people should handle their money, telling people that they should have joint bank accounts. I do understand that, in ZNS, like even the military, there are certain ways that, these people are supposed to conduct themselves. There are certain things that, that are expected of them. I am aware of that. Which actually they are good because, they want to protect the families. They want to protect children. It is good, okay? But what I find not right about General Solochi's directives is that he's using his authority. If they are failing to comply, okay, I'm not aware. I don't know. Is that part of the policy that when you are a ZNS or when you are soldier, I don't know. I'm going to restrict myself to ZNS. When you are ZNS, you should have a joint account. Is that the rule? I don't know. Some of you who can educate me, I would appreciate. Is that the rule that ZNS officers must have joint accounts with their spouses? And remember, we don't only have ZNS officers who are male. We also have female officers. Are they also supposed to have joint accounts with their spouses? Because if you are saying men should have joint accounts with their spouses, equally, it should be the same with female officers. Are you saying that female officers also should have joint accounts with their husbands? Clearly, unless you don't know how marriage can be complex, can you impose such a precept? only if you don't understand how complex marriage can be, can you come up with something like that. I mean, munemona kwa America kubale chijana malozi, kuba sungu kwali bana ma prenups and things like that. Things are different now. Things are totally different in terms of managing, people managing their finances. It's totally different. It's totally different now. I mean, people kill over money. People kill over money. Relationships end because of money. It's very difficult to impose a rule on how families should spend their money or should manage their money, rather. It is very difficult. I know the intention might be good to say, yeah, you want to protect families. Like some people are saying, no, you don't understand what happens in the camps. In these camps, people, they are very responsible. They go and drink. Honestly, are you telling me, Nishi, but Amazigh officers, they are so irresponsible? They are so irresponsible that they can't look after their families. Are you telling me that Imwe, Basolochi, your officers, they are so irresponsible that they don't know how to manage their finances? That you need to go in their bedrooms to tell them how they should manage their resources? Are you telling me that? Are you telling me, is that what you're telling me, that our officers are so irresponsible? Is that what you are saying? Ero imonishi basolochi imwe na lutukumumutwe na lutukumumutwe imonishi momo akwatafya amano imonishi momo akwatafya amano imo basolochi imwe nimo kweta amano ero nga nimo basolochi imwe ili ashiringi pali imwe to apapata mwira tu sonko muna problem basolochi mwa kwata. You want to be a politician in uniform. You want to be a politician in uniform. A problem basolochi mwakwata. Tatwa kwa tapo commander uwa wakwati ni wasolochi everyday mass statement, everyday kumonekera. Which commander do you see moving around nama journalists? But imo wasolochi everywhere. Munefuwa mule monekera mu news, mule panga news. Commander tapanga news. Commander in uniform. Ale panga news kwati ni politician. If you check Imo Basolochi Imwe, if you check Basolochi, you do what is this? You do a tally on your appearances in the media. You will find that you appear even more than the government spokesperson Cornelius Mwe. You will find yourself more appearing. You do a search. Mukachite search. Solochi, Maliti Solochi, you will see so many articles coming up. And compare Ugutuafuma na makomanda Bambi. If you will see them talking the way Solochi talks. And the ways of Basolochi, I mean, Mulafo Yokulanda, but if Mulanda Tafia Guatamano. For example, because I remember the last time I was talking about you. When you spoke about some nationals in our country who are doing business. Mulanda befimbi. Amano bamdala yena tamwa kwata akwati mule bafye chira bushiku mulipa mic. Parasi mwala monati yo tatwa babuino tule Miranda but really for Mulanda. Nawe tafia kwani na tafikondenkana. You want to be a politician in uniform. You can't do that. You are busy trying to impress Hakainde Hichilema. Because President Hakainde Hichilema has no regard to, professionalism. He has no regard. That's why we have now, this time around, we have, even diplomats, but if my politicians, PS, my politicians, they're even going in my campaign. Permanent secretaries, you find them who campaign. Permanent secretaries, nefitenge. We even have judges. We even have now nakuna nikana nombana tukwatakada. Ku SEC. Na tukwatakada proper kada nefitenge. So President Hakainde Hichilema doesn't have that distinction that, the party and the government are separate. UPND is running government like, it's the party and its government. It's the party and its government. Once if ma politics. Takuli distinction. That's why now Basolochi Number is so excited to be busy. Badi mu media. Are you a politician? You are not a politician. You are not a politician. You are not a politician, Basolochi. You are not a politician. I know you have got that closeness now, Hakainde Hichilema. But at the end of the day, Hakainde Hichilema te chalo chia wish. Zambia te chalo cha Hakainde Hichilema. Te chalo cha Hakainde Hichilema. Muirala beef. Zambia does not belong to a UPND. It doesn't. It doesn't belong to a UPND. So Basolochi, respect your officers. Respect your officers. You have been a bully. You have really been a bully. You have made a number of senior officers in ZNS to retire even when it was not time for them to retire. Because you are really big-headed. You are really big-headed. Tekumisalula, but no. Look, even the military, they work within the confines of the law. They work within the confines of the law. We are not under a military rule. It's not a military rule. It's not a dictatorship. Zambia is a constitutional state, meaning you're supposed to follow what is in the constitution. So if you should think of what does the constitution say. In the constitution, it is there that a person has got a right, to spend his money as he wishes. He has got a right. Ngafo de shiendarama. Tendarama shenu Basolochi chakwati mtampo kulanda point A. Tendarama shenu. You have got no right to talk about the money. Of course, this is not me encouraging ZNS officers or other men and women in uniform to be responsible. No, my ideology of my political party is based on family first. My ideology is based on family first. So I will encourage all of you, to take care of your families. But at the same time, much as we say that, it is preposterous. It is inappropriate to start telling Abakalamba how they should manage their resources. It is inappropriate. It is inappropriate. But Basolochi tamuja manu mutwe. Tamuli wisdom. Verata wale muna na danger. If uyomkashuyo ake seso sakuli mweyo Basolochi ineta tatukwete joint account. Ero mairo yo officer ke batinde kutamvya. Fyupo fyapwa. Muka mupoyo mwana kashi. Awaba ananga baba muna nikani mtuwa nikani wakekala shani. You would create more problems with those kind of directives. Don't think that because yes, okay, we are men in uniform, or because we are in power, we can just direct things. You can help your officers to look after their families. You can help them in a better way, respectively. You can do it. And I encourage you to do it. I'm not telling you that don't do it. I'm encouraging you to do it. But not to say, come and report. Then what? What are you going to do to this officer? What are you going to do to this officer? Are you going to put him in gadroom? Uyu officer, uyo mwana kashuyo, na we chipuba. Na we mwana kashu, ukesa kuli imo, kisa mkula ndati yo, aba numebandi, whatever. Na oni chipuba. Oke nombanga alanda, uyo muntu mwalamu chitashani. What are you going to do? Are you going to put him in gadroom? Or are you going to say, no, your salary, chapo nomba yakula akuba kashubobe. Are you going to do that? Because this guy has got powers to say, no, ichupo chapwa. Ichupo chapo. Then what? Mukamtamshia nchito because I start divorce. Are you going to fire somebody because he has divorced? Aka esenda na kambia kaichi. What are you going to do? So these are problems that you can't go in there. You can't go in there. You can't. You can't go in there. You can't go in there. How many are you going to fire? If you are going to be firing, how many are you going to fire? And you think that yes, I understand. You are speaking for families. But the way you are doing it, tamuli wisdom. A problem, tamuli wisdom. Use wisdom how to do these things. Manage these issues properly, not by decree, by command. And some of them, they are even older than you. That's why you have frustrated your senior officers. I'm a public lawyer. I've got so much information on my fingertips. I know. I want to much frustrated. I know the challenges that they are going through. I know. And some of these things, you know, because some of the things, they are too direct on certain individuals. And some of these things, no, for the peace of the country. For the peace of the country, you keep quiet. But I have a lot of information. I have a lot of information of what is happening there. On how you, Vasolochi, you think that you are the top man. You behave like ZNS is the top. ZNS is not the top in the hierarchy. So, not to kula imyasana mabaka, not to kula imyamasana mabaka. Not to kula imyasana mabaka. It is for the good of the country. Ngatula ndefi munatampa kweli. No, he's inciting. But you are doing terrible things. And those people can't speak. So we speak for them. No manga to avalandirako at you are inciting them. No. Take what time inciting. Those people have got rights as well. Men in uniform have got rights. They have got rights. So take what mule banyantiri nga to avalandirako at no you are inciting them. Kature what time incite. If anything, ever led to ever lady la. So it is, how can it be an inciting? How can it be an inciting? Abe never that ala to afweniko, to landireniko. To avalandirako at you are inciting them. Ni mwamule wachita incite when you are not looking after them well. If you don't look after them well, ni mwamule wachita incite because you frustrate them. You frustrate them. You should even be thanking God that wala isakuli from kulila. Eronga bali that walanda. You should be thanking us. You should be thanking us. Because nga tabale elila tabale elanda tabako etokwa kulandila. Bakalanda munshira yakobati. Basolochi. Tamwakabulie basolochi. Bakalanda munshira kwa tamwakabulie. So mule tashalesa. Nga balanda na ifo kuno twaisa fwentu mishawo. We the messengers, we talk about it. You should be thankful. You should be grateful. You should be grateful. You should be grateful. Be grateful to us who are telling you about the grievances of our men and women in uniform. You should be happy. Not to call it no, Alexa Insight. I'm a very responsible citizen. Very responsible citizen. And a Democrat for that matter. A Democrat for that matter. I only believe in one way of you changing government. One way. That is through the ballot. Not through the bonnet. What through Chanidia. Through the baron. Not through the baron, but through the ballot. That's what I believe. As Chilufya Tayali. No matter who I talk to, I don't believe in changing government through the barrel. I believe changing government through the ballot. That's what I believe in. So if you just waste your time. It is just that you don't want to respond to the issues that we are talking about. And you don't want us to talk about these things. But if we don't talk, I mean, these people, you never know how they can talk. I'm not saying anything. I'm just telling you, you never know how they can talk. So allow them to talk to some of us. You should be happy that they are talking to some of us. And when we come and tell you, you should be able to work on those, not to kutamboku to conquer. Yo, hey, you are inciting, you are inciting. Inciting, it's when you treat them like children. Because one day, you can't be saying, hey, no, no. This is very wrong. This is very wrong. Respect those people. They have got rights as well. They have got rights. Being part of the men in uniform doesn't mean that you forgo your rights. No. No. And that's why we also have, plural democracy, where we have others as opposition to offer checks and balances to talk about these issues. Those people are paid by taxpayers' money. So we need to talk about them. We need to bring out their grievances. No kuvota wala vota wala bantu. No kuvota wala vote. You think ba fem kuvota if interfere enda bu you think wala demo? Eh? Ba ba vota ba mi votela. You go you get into power. Then if interfere enda bu you think wala demo? Eh? So come on, let's be real here. Let's be real. Let's be realistic. Let's be reasonable. Muna tontonkanya wino. Mwatonkanya. Chimono mbane file ise no befia ma constitution if. Eh? If you have a constitution if. By you PND wafa mkwete. You think you are untouchable. You think that you are the greatest government that has ever ruled the world, Zambia and the world over. You think you are so powerful. A problem mkwete wa UPND na wa Hakainde Hichilema. Wa mnela wa Hakainde Hichilema. Inete kumipata. Na mipapate. Mungu mfwe kofye bwino. Mungu mfwe kofye. Teko bati. I mean what is to be mischievous. No, I don't mean to be mischievous. I don't mean to be mischievous. I love my country. I want my country to go forward. I don't want my country to go behind. I don't want my country to go behind. I want all the building, all the blocks that have been put in place, to stay there, so that we can keep on adding going forward. Chilankadi pakunonga na roresha so. Na nifwa ilo kulila. Ilo nafikile kuna na roresha for abantu baikala. And I think of how my country is. We are like 100 years apart. 100 years apart. Honestly, it's really hurtful. It's really hurtful that we go through this as a country, and yet we have, we have been endowed with natural resources, and good people we are, intelligent people we are. So I don't want chaos for my country. No, I don't want chaos for my country, and I never encourage chaos. I never encourage chaos at all. You can check my history on how I've been doing advocacy. I am always against the chaos. I'm always against. Always against. I am always against chaos. I love my country. I want us to continue going forward. Chaos destroys even the little that is there. I'm not for that. I'm not for that. But by UPND, the way you are ruling the country, you are letting us down. You are letting us down. You are letting us down. Because some of us, like myself, I was even trying to be, I was even trying to be nice with you guys. I was even trying to be nice with you. Even criticizing Batonse. Even criticizing Edgar Lungu. Even criticizing Banani, Fred Membe. Criticizing them. But now what you are doing, honestly, how can I, a reasonable person, a person with a conscience, how can I support you in this constitutional amendment that you have brought? Which clearly, is intended for yourselves, not for the Zambians. It is not for the Zambians. I agree with what one of the speakers yesterday said, that it's a Trojan horse. These things that you're talking about, they are Trojan horses, which attracts you. But no, You don't mean well. You don't mean well, because if you meant well, you would listen to the many voices that have spoken, critical voices of our country that have spoken. Who hasn't spoken? Lazi has spoken. The church has spoken. The three mother church bodies, they have all spoken. And remember, when you are coming into power, Imova UPND, you actually divided the three church mother bodies, where one grouping was with you. But now, even those that were with you, those clergymen that were with you, those who were speaking for you, they have changed. And on this one, they're saying, no. Go to the civil society. Even your Laura Miti, that was your cadre, for lack of a better word. Laura Miti was your cadre. Uyunan Kene Chapter 1 Foundation. Linda Kasonde, these were your people. But even them, they're saying, no, come on, this is not acceptable. Honestly, how much more can people speak? Even people that were with you. Hakainde, Hichilema, think of it. Even the people that were with you, reasonable people that made you to be voted, because neutral people listen to neutral leaders. They listen to eminent leaders, if I could put it that way. They listen to eminent leaders. Eminent leaders, it's this civil society. The voices like Linda Kasonde, those people gave you votes. Muma politics, like any mieve. Muma politics. Abafula teba kada. The people that put a party in power, it's not its cadres. No, it's not. Those people that make the noise in the streets, those are not the people that make a government. Those are not the ones. Listen to me very well. A political party is not put in power by the bandwagon of cadres. No, it is not. It is people that are neutral. They are the majority. Those people who don't belong to political parties, they are the majority. People who belong to one political party or the other, they are not the majority. The majority are those who do not belong to political parties. And these people, they don't listen to the noise of Frankie Bwadia. They don't listen to the noise of Max Muwe. They don't listen to the noise of Cornelius Mweta. They don't listen to the noise of Tabo Kawana. They don't listen to that. They listen to people like Linda Kasonde. Those are the people that they listen to. They listen to people like Linda Kasonde. They listen to people like that Laura Miti. That Laura Miti gave you votes. Gave you votes because that woman, she's a woman to reckon with. Laura Miti has got a following. Laura Miti has got a following. That's why even if I'm Fred Membe, Laura Miti ngalanda barasuka, because he knows that this woman has got an influence, and she has got an influence on a constituency that is critical. The neutrals. So she gave you votes, that woman. Don't underrate her. Even in those are not people that you want to start quarreling with. Those are not people that you it's rare that you, I go for her because I know the power that she has. Then from there, it is the church. And I want to church te yakwangalirako. Church, I've said it on this program. Here, I've said it on this program. Even some of these prophet Chakuti compromise people. You find that they have got followers. Because religion has got so much power than a politician. Religion has got so much power than whatever ideology a politician can bring. In the name of religion, they have got so much power. They convince people. People listen to them. People listen to them. That's why you see that Sia one of yours. Sia one, I mean, is the biggest guy. He's the biggest guy in our country. In spite of not being a Zambian. But Sia one is the biggest guy. Sia one, if he starts an agenda, I mean, it goes. If he goes live, look at the numbers. Why? Because mwadi bakalaka religion ikaria. Mwadi bakalaka religion. Number, what about, I mean, some of these other church leaders that you're talking about? Those church mother bodies in Gavalanda, alamule wonfuila. Alamule wonfuako. Mukalule taimwe mukaluleta, mukaile terela. Inokumi afe chinka. I've said it even here before that opo mwafu mishapo Lungu. Ba Hakainde Hichilema is as good as unopposed. Is as good as unopposed. Some of you are believing saying, Tayali, for 5 years, whatever. It's you. It's you who will talk about tomorrow. When wambusha, so nindi mutulo wambusha. Tell me, ask me, Tayali, what is your position in the next 5 years? I'll tell you. All this, fiance nalipita moka, the 2026, nalipita poka, nalifika. Nalimona no kuimona. Nalimona no kuimona as a prophet, nalimona 2026 ile monekefi. Epo bafumisha hapo fyeba Lungu. Hakainde Hichilema kumufumia hapo. It's difficult. It's difficult. That's why I'm hoping that Lungu, you know, this case that, because na iya kukoti, na iwekelamu. Na iwekelamu kukoti. In case some of you don't know. Na iwekelamu kukoti. And if they changed the judgment, they can also change this one that they did. Kairi, now it is clear that our constitutional court is not a court of finality. They can make judgments and they can review them and change them. They can review them and change them. So, I mean, I'm okay with Sean Tembo going back to court. I'm okay. After all, mwali chinja pali karaka mwaiche aka vea mensapato. You changed for that small boy. For that small boy you changed. Why can't you change pali Sean Tembo? Na pali Sean Tembo kutu change. So, but really, I looked at 2026. Ine na alifikana kuli 2031. Na 2031 so na alilolesha na kulolesha tu uinga wa president in 2031 ine as Chilufya Tayali ndiye mieba chishinkanga nga mwanzembele kafe bwino so kutina mieba ukawa president in 2031. I've got that projection so kutina mieba 2031 na alishwa ukawa president iyo Hakainde Hichilema kalaya. I know who will take over. I know. But anyway, the point is that I'm saying that as it is, because I'm speaking today, as it is, where Lungu is bad. But this can be overturned. The same way it was overturned, kaima politics at the end of the day. Ma politics. If you achitika kuli Lungu, ili obadan pulebaile kukoti ma politics. Never achitika kuli Hakainde Hichilema ma politics. Never finish on tempo ya kuna ma politics. So ma politics, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Mark my words. Mark my words. Ilio kalaka mwa icheka lea kukoti. Tafia moneke serious. But at the end of the day, fiaisa moneka serious. Bama wantina lewe wanoko bat imwe. Watch this case. Watch this case. Watch this case. And the people didn't want to listen. People didn't want to listen. Mpaka na mba fiaisa fikapa. So, even nefine shon tembo. Ere kukoti. Nafafine. Don't take it for granted that yo tapali finger stick. Ma politics are. Mukada wafia Edgar Lungu 2026 alipa ballot. Mukada wasana ma politics. Ama politics see. Ama politics. Even 1 week in politics. 1 week in politics. It's like a year. Muli 1 year, muli 1 month so, muli 1 week. If in tukuti fiachinge fiakoba tikatwishi. And these things I'm talking about, I've seen them happening in our country. I've seen them happen in our country. Vakaunda 1986. 1986. I think that's when we had the elections. 1986, when we had that election, he never thought anything would happen before 19. I mean, I have to remember, but he never thought that anything would happen in between. When did we have elections? That is, we had elections in 89, I think. We had the election. I think we had the election in 89. Anyway, we had elections. When we had elections, Bakaunda Bawina. Bakaunda never thought that a few months later, he will be faced with people rising against him and forcing him to have an election. He never thought. He never thought. So, imweba UPND. Mwilai mwana kwa tina mufika. Ama politics te havana. Ndemieva. The politics te havana. Only 1 week if into kutifia chinja. If into we're not 91. Before 91 was an early election. Before 91, we had 91. That's when we had an election after we changed the constitution. But before, we never kaunda. I want to believe it was 1989. I think it was 1989. But Chilufya Chanda, it was I think 1989. Wakaunda one party after Wakaunda Bawina. Okay? I think it was 89. 89, 90, Fiabi Pefintu, Fiakoksanokosa, Kirikiti. It's 88, I think. Somewhere there. Anyway. Now, so the imova UPND, muimona kwata na mukosa sana. Muimona na mukosa. And I'm telling you, I'm a politics te havana. I'm a politics te havana. And the government does not belong to anyone. Government does not belong to anyone. Government does not belong to anyone. Government does not belong to you by Hakainde Hichilema. Government does not belong to you by UPND. And I can tell you by UPND, you are the most amateurs. You are the most amateurs. You are the most amateurs to be in government. You are the most amateurs to be in government. Mushukire ama real politicians. Ama politicians wenevene. Ama politicians awa lei pike fintu. Ba ipika mumutwe. Tabalipo. Because really, if you had ama politicians wenevene walawe pike fya kuipika. Imaba UPND. Apatulela nda ngatamule imyana mawaka Hakainde Hichilema ngalile kano kwenda Hakainde Hichilema mulenje balimwe sata. If Sata was alive, you think Hakainde Hichilema would have been moving up and down? It wouldn't. We had politicians. Uyu mtu anikano uyu gero uyu PS uyu Tenta Mashimba. Those politicians, Tenta Mashimba. Mwani mwishiwe Tenta Mashimba. Kamarondo. Alexander Kamarondo. Those politicians. Kuti mwabutunga imwe. Teti mubutunge. Ukutarife teti mubutunge. Tapa baba UPND. Tapa. Tamuakosa ba UPND. Tamuakosa. Nangufeni na winefeine so. Given the resources, my resources. Ukumpela ma resources ba UPND. Kuti nami kepiesha. Kuti mwabakwati muli mugehena ba UPND. Kuti mwabakwati muli mugehena. Ababa nikane ababa ntwani kane. Ababa media director musalire. Ba media director musalire. Nachira batamba baliranda. Bena imona wati bali kwata sana mano. Bamona wati nga baliranda, kwati fintu fine chinja. Iwe maximum iwe. I mean, ngolelanda andi na logic tawakwata. And some of these people don't think. No critical mind. Hey, when did we change the constitution? Hey, when did we change the constitution? Hey, 2016. Hey, when did we change the constitution? Hey, 2021. Now I want to hey, we changed in 2016. And 2016, that's when we had elections. Hey, we changed the Bill 10. Hey, 2021. And that's when we had elections. I'm telling you, that is foolish. That is foolish. That is really, it's stupid, to be honest. It's really stupid. You don't think. You don't think. You really don't think. Hey, we had elections in 2021. Hey, yeah. And that's when Bill 10 was there. Hey, in 2016. Hey, yeah, that's when we had elections. Mulifi Puva. I'm telling you. Because we are not talking about when the issue was brought to parliament. That's not what we are talking about. We are talking about the time. If you talk about your 2016, 2011, it was there, it was started during the time of Mwanawasa. During the time of Mwanawasa, kirikiti Mungomba Commission. Mungomba Commission, kirikiti, mpaka tuafika na 2011. Okay, levyafwa tuafika na 2011. Basa tabale isa badili sangile diashi. 2011. Basa tabale isa elo batampile na technical committee bale telekoidi. And his reasoning of that technical committee was that no, there is already Mungomba Commission. There is a report of Mungomba Commission. So all we need to do is to work on this. And that's when he set up a technical committee. That is the constitution which you are talking about, which Edgar Lungu came to sign in 2016. So what are you talking about? Not for Tontonka Nyanga Ifwe. That is the constitution that we came to change. In 2016. So it is not that at that moment in 2016 itself, we started it in Gefimule Tampa. No. That constitution which Edgar Lungu signed was not started in 2016. It was not started in 2016. It started Yukutariuko. Vawinta Kavimba. Eva Ishleika Pali the constitution. Bali Mwena Paliko Wafena Santapa. Bye Lola no. I mean, so you want man. Not for if you poor, if you should don't we have the tota. Hey, 12 million good daddy. 12 million good daddy. 12 million good daddy. From there, E29 can build 10 Urelandapo. Bill 10, it is actually Bill 10. The other period immediately 2017. 2017, I remember I was part of the participants. To atampena ZCID. Iyo yana kusiavonga. Siavonga meeting of general secretaries. From there, I mean, this started a long time. I think Siavonga meeting was in 2017. Siavonga meeting was in 2017 or not 2017. I think 2018 or so. 2018, 2019. So it took time before it came to what is this? NDF, National Dialogue Forum. By the time to Africa Pali NDS, ni shuku kutari tufumine. NDS ya ishile isana Nicolasti. Ni shukutari tufuminoko. Now NDS now, I mean it had to sit for about I think almost 3 months, 3 weeks. We were sitting. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? There was consultation. We are talking about consultation. We are talking about the processes. We are talking about the framework, the legal framework. Eh? We are talking about people reading through what is it, the draft. We are talking about translation of whatever you want to change. People must understand. Imam Levati, you think you can do it between now and the elections? We are only remaining just about 14, 13 months before the elections. Can you finish this? You can't do this. So what's the hurry? Ichami pamfya sana kwa tinude ule fokuya, kwa tinude ukwete diarrhea, le fokuya toilet change. Because you are behaving like namurala diarrhea. There is something that you need to take out. No, it has to happen. No, it has to happen. Fishi murile. Fishi murile. Ifile for okufuma. Fishi murile ifile for okufuma. Iyi diarrhea yafuma kuisa, this political diarrhea yafuma kuisa. Yafuma kuisa i political diarrhea. Fishi murile landemi. Kuti tuamu afadi mitumi pere fragile. Kushinkike. Ala? This is nonsense. So don't think that, we are fools. Akube peni, akube pane ni mweka kuna na ba Franki Bwaja, na ba nani, aku iwe pen. But Zambians cannot be fooled. They know. They know. They know. We are telling you it's not a priority. It's not a priority. And if our father Bwaja, our external logic, at Linda Kasonde was talking about priority, cost of living. But in the afternoon, she was talking about the constitution. I'm telling you, Nangunin Saradimo. Nangunin Saradimo. Linda Kasonde, she was talking that you are the government. She was telling you, concentrate on the economy. What people need now. That's what you need to concentrate. But Linda Kasonde has got her own work plan. She has got her own plan that they have been working on. Not that they are starting it today. They have continuously, Chapter 1 Foundation, they have continuously, interrogating the Constitution and bringing different opinion on the Constitution. It is part of their mandate. It is part of their daily work. But Father Bwadia, you want to come and cheat people to say, Linda Kasonde in the morning, she was talking like, no, talk about the cost of living. But in the afternoon, she was talking, Chapter 1 Foundation, through and through, now watching the Constitution, when they will continue. So, you tapani from Wachiland, the Palefiabu Poor Machiland, the Fiabu Pua, tapani from Wachiland. Tapani from Wachiland, but because UPND, you feed yourselves that lie, and mwawakati mula pepe chamba. By UPND, mwawakati nga wadisangapo balaba pepe chamba badia. Nga wa pepe chamba uyu adon samu. Amona ama escalators mumwela. Apela kono munanko na ero munanko lemo na yamona ama escalators. Njabona mdala. Efo mwa baba UPND. You see things which are not there and you encourage each other. Kwati baka pepa wa fiamba na mbonza na mudo wala bad. Na mudo wala. Na yamuna. Why church wise? Nimbomba sana. Now muna for bombele. Muli 3 years and a half. Na bomba for 10 years. You know I have moko. Yes boss. Yo so na mbomba sana. Finish ba bombele ba church. Finish ba bombele. Finish ba bombele ba church. Fila chimuna insaka ya chamba. Chimo kwati mulipansa ya chamba where people see things they visualize things. They have got an illusion. I feel like I've been here for 10 years. Ndala chilia. Chilema tu bamdala wa church wala pepe chamba, but chilema what muntu pepe chamba, but because our pepe chamba eva mole vintu if shile chitika. Nga vai don sola. Aronesha ha nimbomba sana. Nimbomba sana. Na tuantu tona za twasumina. Oh, boss na mbomba. Fisha bombele chechimwe. Fisha. But this guy is him. Mulan Sekesa. Why you PNT? The way you encourage no. Basande chanda na woba ingiramu ne para diavo. Basande chanda. Basande chanda. Na. Ero imwana mufano mfwa basande chanda. Imwe muli mfwa yenda ma politics. Muli mfwa yenda. Because basande chanda tamaka wele ku parliament. Hao tamaka wele kuwela kwena. Wewe umpata, wewe umpaka wewe zangu peko. Dawaka wele sande. Iwe na uya iwe. Na uya. Idila limo. Ishishine shakwa Hakainde Hichilema tishani. Ati constitution whatever. Aku iwapo fye mune. Aku iwapo fye sungo. Ututile kwa tiniku udala. Pandu tawaka wele sande chanda. Tawaka wele sande chanda. Iwe sande chanda tawaka wele. Iwe na uya. Akui wako fe shile shana nikaresha CDF tutirako pantu ukalielo tawaka wele elo wa UPND nga walusa nangu wa UPND Hakainde awele tawaka kuloleshe iwe na uya iwe na uya. But it's because of useless people like Sunday Chand that UPND now are bubbling with confidence. They are bubbling with confidence. That no, we are taking it. The only institution that has got powers to change the constitution, it is the parliament. Because they have numbers. And again, Max Moore thinks that he's intelligent. He says, no, actually, we are taking it to parliament, but we don't have numbers. UPND doesn't have a two-third majority. So people will vote in. The opposition would have to vote it in. I mean, who are you talking to? You are very basic, young man. You are very basic. Very basic. Iwe no mukaka wevere, ule nunka. No akupere bu director of Untwani Kane, Katuishi. No akupere bu director because Katuishi for mwene muliwe, ukweba ti director. Wa itana ba chifokolo na banani you would have even done better to give it to Frankie Boy out of just respect, because paraponse mwachika lapadia. I mean, it is actually it doesn't even augur well for Father Frankie Boy to sit with you. I actually felt sorry for Father Frankie Boy. Because, I mean, a man of his stature, because, I mean, I respect him. I mean, that man he was a priest and he contributed a lot, in the media. He was chairman for IBA for some time. And he contributed a lot. That Radio Chengero Mumfwa, I mean, Father Frankie Boy contributed quite a lot. So, now, a man of that stature, really, to come and be reduced to be a subject of Max Moore, of Max Moore, a guy who doesn't even know how to tie his shoes, a guy who doesn't even know how to tie his shoes. No mukaka wevere ule nunka no kununka. Tapari wisdom para tapari. But over Father Frank wale konka no mbeba Ntwani Kane, Muyu PND na that's why I'm here that mwali wako tribal, because really Frank Wadia cannot be under Max Moore. Who is Max Moore? What is his political prowess? What is his political prowess? Oh yeah. Fishan. Mupitemu. Some of you, because if in Delanda, you go and listen to him. You will see that the young man doesn't have, the wisdom. He doesn't have the intelligence. Because who are intelligent now? Watch that twist into. Not to Pamulu. Nonsense. No, we don't have numbers. We don't have numbers. What are you talking about? Why are you taking to parliament if you don't have numbers? It is because you have candidates, useless people like Frank, like Ntwanikane, like Sunday Chanda. Sunday Chanda, you are a disgrace. You are a disgrace. No wonder wakwatire para. Basatavarela that, you know, I want to ama para takwawa. Because at your age, taufilo kwate para. Taufilo kwate para. Now kwate para because taukwe tamano. Eh? Wafia. Ah. Muliwacha vechave feba Sunday Chanda. Muliwacha vechave. Ah, taso liwacha vechave. Muliwacha vechave. Ah, kutina haruka na wani mi parasti. China haruka na wai mi parasti. Uliwacha vechave. Ah, uliwacha vechave. Ah, uliwacha vechave. Eh? Ine fina muingandu. Eh? Na chichimbiche kuna nikanechi. Chichipuwa moyo. Eh? These are the fools that UPND is banking on. And our country should now be taken at ransom by these fools. These fools. Our country is going to be taken to ransom. They want to change the constitution. These fools, they want to change the constitution. Once number to pilemo, number to pilemo, to the conquefia of eh? And Udawi Nentuanikane, we win Max Moore. I mean, what you talk about the wisdom? Listen to even how he spoke about the increasing seven years. At the church, I focus increase to 7 years. You know what he said? He said, people are saying, Hakainde Hichilema wants to increase to 7 years. But, I mean, they don't even know if that is there. If it will be there, it will be debated in parliament. What does that statement mean? What does that statement mean? People are saying, Hakainde Hichilema want to extend more than 7 years. More than 7 years. But they haven't even seen the draft. If it will be there, it will be debated in parliament. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? And no, we just want to bring our youth na disabled. Disabled. Na re mune fumale randa mune bendeka kanwa kwatini disabled. Mune disabled. You want to use disabled. If really you care for disabled, you would have picked one disabled. At least one. You don't care for them, so don't start using them for your ulterior motives to change the constitution. Hey, disabled. You kept on mentioning the disabled. I mean, Muniwashima people. Muniwashima people. Number disabled. Trying to, to attract the attention of the people, the emotions of the people. What you care for them. If you cared for them, you would at least appointed one. You would have at least appointed one. So now, it is because this leadership, which is there, whatever. So now we can, because we want proportional representation, we want women and whatever. Number. And I said it that we haven't seen the draft, and you never know what more will come in that draft. Today, Max Mui, lack of wisdom, lack of intelligence. He let the bag he left the cat out of the bag. When he said, no, people are saying this, but if it will be there, it will be debated in parliament. Why? Why not just say, no, it will not be there? If it is not there, if it is not something that you are considering, why not just say it is not going to be there? You end there. Because you are the ones preparing the draft. You are the one preparing the draft. And how can you say, no, this draft is coming from the people, and yet more or less a prepared draft? No, less a prepared draft. And then for me any draft, okay. For me any draft. No, but you haven't seen the draft. You haven't seen. And then for me any draft. For me any draft. Take it out. Bring out the draft. Stop talking. Bring out the draft so that we see how progressive those clauses are bring out the draft. Twanako kulolela kairi. Mwadilanja tinamkwata. Mwadilanja tinamkwata. And we don't have the time, guys. We don't have the time. Fumiani draft. Bring out the draft. So that we see. Maybe we can support you. Bring out the draft. Maybe, I'm telling you, and I'm criticizing this to say, no, we don't have the time and whatever. But if the draft is good, maybe good to have support. If the draft, maybe draft mukaleto, mukalanda kwati, ubunga nomba ukalashi kwa pali 50 kwachi, ila mwala ile. Maybe, kutina kana shano support. Nkami support. Nga mwaisa isati yo, no, number fewer number, ya kulashi kwa number, pali 15 kwacha. Kutina mi support. Nga mwaisa that no, number, even abantu nangu Edgar Lungu na wine kutaimina. Nkami support. So I'm telling you, my followers, I want you to understand me. That Bafumi draft so that tumone and you drafting limbingana mona iliko wino. Ah, kutina I support. Kuti limimuli fisuma. Limimuli fisuma. So for me any kanshi to imone. Not we can even like kana ifwe. Hey, we can debate all of those. You were to attend debate na given Luvinda. You to attend debate na given Luvinda. Given Luvinda will be the first one to run away. Given Luvinda who took away. Max Mue. We like cheaper politically. Mi pambesha mule ideterera. Mi pamba mule ideterera. You are Max Mue. Ta ufuna no kwanda pali given Luvinda. Given Luvinda is too senior. He's too senior. If you are muna given Luvinda, you tapani te tufike pono kufika po. Iwe te tuwina na wukansela. Max Mue te tuwina wukansela. You can't win as a councillor. You can't. I know Chimochara Vatinga, you are eliminating whatever. Go and see the votes that I got. I stood as mayor whatever. Look, go and see the votes that I got. Go and see the votes without money. I went to Kawata. Go and see the votes. And they ask if I gave anyone money. I didn't have money. And yet I had votes. Thanks to the people that listen. The neutral people. They voted for me. But you are Max Mue. You can't even have votes. Na parapene fe mwachikala. Na Frank Wale te chaku vote. Frank Wale so parapene mwachikala. Frank Wale te chaku vote. But given Luvinda won an election as an independent Muntwandi. As an independent Kukawata. Do you know the electoral college yakuna nkane ya Kukawata? Ero nili radidi wa awi nina chitentuwa nkane. Iwe nishi Maximo wali kwisi. Nishita ulamba no kufola mabamba. Ero given Luvinda awi nine. Ama elections as an independent. Ero wisho landa ti. I can debate given Luvinda. Nga kwa to mchinshi. Famu yitipira. Famu yitipira. Nga ma politics. Wakwata ko mchinshi. Given Luvinda nga butoka. Given Luvinda butoka iwe. Mwakule mitwe. Pandi vena ngufeni HH. HH te tamu kwa nche given Luvinda. HH te tamu kwa nche given Luvinda. Tapali wingemnya na given Luvinda mu UPND. Tapali. Kuti mwaisa yonse party given Luvinda na ikaroku. Na imamu liuku. Teti mumu kwanishe given. Ero kaa chabe kadaka muntu. Finish mwinga. Ba HH. Chumainia na given Luvinda. UPND yonse pe kutumba amibika. Given Luvinda. I mean no. Tapali po mwinga shala. Kuli given Luvinda. Tapali. Finga chitai. Ayama nkane at constitutional offices. Constitutional offices. Parliamentary offices. Yaria. Ni given Luvinda walete. Given Luvinda initiated a lot as contributed a lot in our country. Which HH has not done nothing. But given Luvinda as a member of parliament, as an opposition MP, he initiated a lot of things in the country. Hakainde Hichilema has not initiated anything apart from Mama Petra Trini. But Mama Petra Trini nayo Alia Sanga. Those Mama Petra Trini are them Kwisura. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that you can talk about. But given Luvinda did a lot, so mule mupelo mchinshi. akuli yanife mwalianga mwai kuta mwa tuminwa not kutampokula leta mantwani kanachi yo I can debate given Lubinda. Tase ukutumpa because even me you can't debate with me. Your entire UPND cannot debate with me. Ero mlenda kuli given Lubinda because given Lubinda has got those are people that I respect myself. Those are people that have seen it. They know a lot. So naksha na mwewa ichemwe a problem mbwene kwa futi. Mwewa ichemwe wa reisa shan. Initially Mr. Discourage, I'm encouraging you. But I want to tell you that much as muleisa youth power, give respect to these elders. Give this respect to these elders. You can never go up without these elders. Trust me. You can't go up without these elders. You can't. But you always hear me refer to where he's coming from. I mean, that man, he hasn't come cheap. He hasn't come cheap. That man is also a success in his own way. Of course, at this point in time. But really, when I look at his background, I mean, I should give him respect. But Felix Mutat, very quite skill. Felix Mutat has been in all governments. Mdara, still going. Still going. Those people. So, give respect to some of these people. We may not agree with them at this point in time, but not to watch that. They are nothing. It's not right. It's not right. We need these elders. These are the guys that will make us. I know. Whenever just that part is disappointing. Politics because I was adorizing him. I was venerating him when he was Muchechi. I politics. Makamaka waisa wasonta vice president wako mwana wasa. Nadiwa disappointed. But nonetheless, I mean, I have respect for them. I have respect for them. Anyway, so the whole point is that by UPND they are set to take the constitution into parliament. But as they take this into parliament, now I am calling upon you people. When this process started, I told you that this process now it will not go back. We can't put it in the boat and close it. I said it. And some of you, political infants, some of you were busy calling me names, shouting at me. Hey, whatever, what are you talking about? I told you. Parliament. And what I said is that, what I called is that, let us be sober, let us be strategic, let us be resourceful. That's what I said. We have come at this point in time now. Indeed, I think there is some sobriety, especially the engagement that has been there, where a number of voices have spoken. There is some kind of unity. What happened yesterday at Charisma Hotel, that was very good. A lot of people want to see that kind of unity. So I want to congratulate all those that were there. And those that could not make it, but they are part of the process, they agree with what was happening. I want to congratulate you because I think we need that unity. What you did yesterday, what you demonstrated yesterday is what is needed. We need that. Let us hold on to that. And my suggestion is that for those people who were there, can we organize a meeting quickly? Bamdala ba Fred Membe. Fred Membe. I know you are very good. I'm calling upon you like this because I know Imomo Aliba action oriented. And you are a man that says, if you say it is Friday, it is Friday. At least I know that. But Fred Membe, with your party, can you make sure that those people that were there yesterday, can you quickly call for a meeting and have a closed door meeting? Have a closed door meeting to strengthen that. You need to strengthen that. And when you strengthen that, can you call in other people I didn't see some of these other people. Call them in. Let that group be very solid. And don't drag it into politics. Let it be centered on the constitution issue. So we can differ on political lines and whatever, fine. But let us all unite on the issue of the constitution. Let us unite on the issue of the constitution. And we should not politicize it. We should not politicize it. In other words, let us not emphasize the politics. Instead, let us emphasize the constitutional amendment issue. And let us draw everyone in. Let us draw everyone in. Let even the church mother bodies come in. The chapter foundation, chapter 1 foundation, Laura Miti, let them come in, because we are not uniting on political lines. We are uniting on the constitution. So can somebody, me, I'm begging you. I am begging you. I mean, I cannot speak to each one of you. If I were in the country, I would have gone round and started talking to people. But since I'm not in the country, this is the only platform I have. And I am proposing this. I am humbly proposing this. That unity which we saw yesterday, can it be strengthened? And can we even bring in more people? And we focus on the constitution. Nothing political, but on the constitution. On the constitution. So that the next talking will be a bigger group, strengthened by other stakeholders coming in. You know, what is this? Action Aid. Very important. Action Aid, I worked with them. We fought to bring the constitution that we have now. The one that was signed by Edgar Lungu. You know, they are very good and they are very resourceful. So can we do that? The other issue, and as we come in now, because I said we need to be strategic. We need to be strategic. So, we should start now thinking, what is it that we can do if they don't listen? Because they have got numbers. They are bubbling with confidence. They want to go to parliament and change. So we should engage another gear, because we have been talking. So you should be able to engage another gear. There must be something that we can do. There must be something that we can do. We are not hopeless. By you PND va no. By you PND va no. And the government that they are running, it's ours. So tetiba tu chimfya yo mungu mfuikishe. Va you PND va no. There are very few. There are very few. Members of parliament, in their total number of 166, 167 or whatever, in their total number, va no. They are very few. They are very few. Once if you, to be clear, once about PF, once if you, ama MPs, Kairi, able to touch that target. We must target ama MPs. So, ama MPs, va no. Va no. Tetiba to chimfye yo. Va you PND, va no. Government vale running, it's not theirs. Members of parliament, na va no. Can we start thinking outside the box? What is it that we can do if these people insist on going ahead? Because we have been talking, but our talking should not just end in talking. It should end in action. And action, yes, part of yesterday, that is an action. Voices have come up. I mean, we need another meeting where we can just consolidate that. Then there must be a small group that can be like a think tank to think of what is it that we can do to overcome UPND. Because we need to overcome them. We need to overcome UPND. We need to send a message that Hakainde Hichilema, is not the owner of government. We need to send a message to the government that they are not the owners. We need to send a message to members of parliament that they are there to represent people. They are not there in their individual capacity like Sunday Chanda. Because Sunday Chanda thinks that, his vote, he can do whatever it is. He's an individual. He has become an individual. These selfish politicians, selfish MPs, they are supposed to be representatives of the people, but they have gone to parliament to be themselves, to be individuals. So we need to go and remind them. We need to find a way of reminding them to say, hello, you are not there as an individual. You are not there. No, we need to remind them. And we can find ways of reminding these people. We can find ways of reminding these people. We should not end at talking. We should end at doing something that will remind by UPND. That will conquer by UPND. Conquer by UPND. That will remind Hakainde Hichilema that he's a president, but he's not all powerful. He is not that he can do anything, whatever he wishes. No. We need to remind him. Let's find ways to remind MPs that they are not there as individuals, but representatives of the people. These are things that we need to think about. And there are many ways. Don't just be quick to say, no, to start demonstrating. There are many ways. There are many ways that we can do, especially ways that do not endanger people. Because we don't want people to lose lives. We don't want people to be arrested. But there are ways that we can picket government. There are ways that we can picket government. There are ways that we can put pressure on the UPND. We need to put pressure. Look at small boys like Max Moore talking. Those are small boys who should not be talking. But look the way he's talking. Bakule mitwe. Can we find a way? I am pleading with you that this video, cut this part, cut it, and send it around, let people start knowing that we might have to take an action. We might have to take an action against UPND, because UPND has become hostile. UPND has become impervious. They don't want to listen. So we need to fight against them. Hakainde Hichilema, we need to remind him that he's a president, but he's not a dictator. No. He's not a unitary. He's not leading a unitary government. No. He's not. He's leading a democratic country. A democratic country which is supposed to be where people's views are supposed to be taken into consideration. Not what he thinks, not what he wants. Members of parliament, they are representatives of the people. We need to remind them. There are ways that we can do this. I know somebody will say, hey, no, but when you are talking, you are out there, you are out there. Yes, I'm out here. But when I have been there, I have led actions. I have done actions. When I have been there during these kind of situations, I have done something. I've done demonstrations. I've confronted so many people. I have done it. So I'm not a coward. I'm not a coward. And being here, it is not cowardice. Being here is preservation. Because if I'm in the country, I wouldn't even be talking. I would be in jail. Even just this talk which I've had lelo. So is that wisdom? Because some of you like to say, no, but you are out there. Hey, you should come back. There is no wisdom in that advice of yours. There is no wisdom. Because the moment I come into the country, I will be in prison. What good am I going to be? What good am I going to be if I'm in prison? I'll be of no good. I'll be of no use. At least I'm here. So, il y a advice mulanda. I mean, muleva, if you are not in, inena kwa tamano. But because some of you, you are down, and you think I'm also down like you, that I would listen to that downness, to that foolishness. That's foolishness. Yeah, no, come back. You are a fool, and I'm not a fool like you. All those of you who say, Tayali, come back, you are fools. And I'm not a fool like you. Mulifi puva. Nangu mule komentanga mamone chuncha komenta, Tayali, come back. Mule fieva, fi puva. And Tayali is not a fool like you. I'm not a fool to come and rot in jail. What good will I be? What good will I be if I'm in jail? So at least I'm here. I can even update you. Ndamichita ko update you. Kuri fichitike. Muna filafi. Na niba kona fashion ya ba mutinta. Muna ko kasho mutinta na wafuala win. You also benefit. No matter how much fungo, what are you going to benefit? When I've been in the country, I've been able to do. In Shitina, I've been able to go out there and do something. I have. So now that I'm not there, it is your turn. It is your turn to do something. I've done my part. A number of times I've done things. Now I'm not there. I'm here. It is time for you to show yourselves. Party constitution, but we need to defend the constitution. It is not about, let us not put our politics. Let us fight for the constitution. Let us consolidate the unity. Let us think of ways and means to defeat UPND on this issue. And let us send a message to President Hakainde Hichilema. Like we did Kuliba Kaunda. Like we did Kuliba Chilufya. Because you remember Hakaunda, people sent a message to Hakaunda. And that's how we had elections in 1991. Chilufya came up with, the third term issue, and the people sent a message to him, and it didn't work. Mwanawasa wanted to change the constitution. Mwanawasa wanted to change the constitution. The Mungomba Commission, it didn't work. Because people refused it. Why shouldn't we stop Hakainde Hichilema? How powerful is Hakainde Hichilema? We can stop him. Anyway, Nalanda-san, let's open phone lines. For those who are watching me on TikTok, the number is in the bio. The number is in the bio. You can check the number there. You can call me on WhatsApp. For those of you who are watching me on Facebook, I'm sure some of you know the number. But I can do this so that you see this number. That's a number you are supposed to call on WhatsApp. You call on WhatsApp that number. For those of you who are watching on TikTok, just go in the bio there. You will find the number. In the bio there, you find the number in the bio. That is the number that you can use to call. But you're calling on WhatsApp. Not direct line. We need to fight this. We shouldn't let UPND, get away with this. They shouldn't get away with it. They shouldn't. I mean, there are so many things that they're supposed to be concentrating on. They cannot be bringing the issue of the constitution at this point in time. Abantu bareli obunga. Abantu bareli amaraiti. Abantu barefu amachito. Ere mwa kuti fama constitution. To increase the youth kuisa. Ere mwa ishi watu kwali wama youth. Why didn't you appoint many? Why were you appointing Vamirupi? When you are supposed to be appointing youths? You have done so many appointments you have done. Why didn't you consider the youths. We want the youths. We want the youths. Find the device offline. You can call on WhatsApp. Chilishan, Muletina. Muletina. Too many to land. I have a broken number. Yes. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Yes, I've enjoyed the discussion.
Aye.
Yes, and there is a lot of sense in what you have said today.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it has reached the masses. Me, I want to put on one idea, because what I'm seeing, like you mentioned, that the man is like he's panicking. He's panicking. He's pushing so that he achieves his objective. The objective, I'm seeing it because of those. If you remember those by-elections that we had, is targeting to reach at the number of the MPs in Parliament.
Yes.
So when they amend the constitution, there will be a quick delimitation which will take place in the country, which they will end up of pushing to win those numbers of MPs so that they meet the number they want. So that before the elections, they are able to do a lot in between. One of it is the removing the immunity for Edgar Chagwa, so that they punish him, because there is that grudge which he was jailed for 128 days. And he's pushing towards that so that he finishes the Edgar Chagwa. He doesn't want to let him go like that and punished. He wants to make sure that he finishes him completely. So all these, we need to fight so that he doesn't achieve them.
Yeah, sure.
This government is not his. This government is not his, and we cannot allow him to continue doing what he's doing as if it's a company. This government is for all of us. We are here in the country. We are not going to run away. What we are going to do is to fight. What you are doing, you continue opening our eyes. We are going to make sure we are on the ground here. We are going to make sure until we win this battle, because this battle, they are in minority, we are in majority.
Exactly. That is
so
a big
they
point.
can't manage to fight us.
That is a big point.
They can't.
They are very
few. Please continue opening our eyes.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sure. You're welcome.
And that's a big point. They are a minority. They are very few. They are very few. UPND, but they are very few. The people who are against this, they are in the majority. So we cannot be defeated by few people. And we shouldn't be scared of government, because that is our government. It does not belong to Hakainde Hichilema. So Hakainde Hichilema cannot just use it as he wishes. No, he can't. He can't use the state apparatus, to move his agenda. He can't move it. That government belongs to all of us. It belongs to all of us. They are in the minority. We shouldn't allow UPND to get away with this. We shouldn't allow UPND to get away with this. Let us unite. For a moment, let us not look at the political parties. Let us concentrate on fighting the issue of the constitution. All of us, let us unite. Let us unite. Some people are writing that no, network is bad. For whatever reason, whatever it is, I can see that network is not very good. But nonetheless, I think I've made my points. We need to fight back. Tonight, I'm simply saying we need to fight back. We don't have to lose this one. Let us strategize. That is what I said earlier on. We need to strategize. We need resources. I said it, that let's start looking for resources. Let's get the resources because, we need resources, to fight back. We need the resources to fight back. I think I'll leave it there. Basolochi, respect your officers. They are not children. They are not children that you should be directing on them on how they should manage their resources. Yes, we may have a few officers that may be irresponsible, but there are better ways of helping them than giving directives in the manner that you did. It was totally wrong. And Basolochi Muchefya Nyeko, you cannot continue being all the time Munimu media. You are not a politician. You are not a politician. Don't be a politician in uniform. Fiakanika. Anyway, on that note, I say, may we win on the issue of the constitution. And may Hakainde Hichilema realize that Zambia does not belong to him. That government, where he is as president, belongs to Zambians. It is not his personal company where he can decide to do whatever he wishes. Selfish politicians like Avena Sande Chanda, let us show them that they are not there as individuals. They didn't go to parliament as individuals. They went there as representatives of the people. May God bless Zambia. May God bless all of you. Bye. Thank you.